Oh my gosh. Well, coming in to the homestand, different configuration of things and personnel. Fans are going to be able to see that for the first time. What would you say to the fans here now that you kind of recalibrated after the All-Star break and then the road trip, but you're looking to maybe continue some home success that you've had, right?
Yeah, playing pretty well. Pumped to have Oviedo back tonight. Long road that he's had coming back off of Tommy John and then the strained lat, and the way that it's such a long road when you deal with TJ, and then to have the extra setback of the lat and the way that he's gone about it, and just really excited to have him back. Have some different guys in the bullpen. Would be remiss if I didn't talk about Bednar, Hayes. Especially those two, having been here for so long, what they meant to the team, to the city. Bednar being the hometown kid, and losing guys like Fergie too, Falter meant a lot to the team, and the trade deadline's always a tough stretch to go through, and really miss those guys, but having some new fresh faces, some guys that have been with us before, Nicholas being up, Moretta, long road to get back, excited to have those guys back as well.
Whenever we talked about Ovi, I think a week or two ago, you said you didn't know exactly if he was going to be a starter, bulk role, what his role might be. Was it just the opportunity in the rotation that led to that, or was there something else that you guys saw?
Yeah, no, he's long term. We see him as a starter. Just in that moment, didn't fully know exactly how the roster would shake out, and didn't want to commit one way or the other. But long term, we see him as a starting pitcher. I mean, the year he had 2 years ago for us was phenomenal, and the competitor that he is, and excited to have him back in the rotation for us.
Will he be the ramp up here, or can he be full go in terms of ups, pitches, the whole 9 yards? I don't know how careful we need to be getting back.
I think with all these guys, just monitoring it, as far as his workload and what he's looking at, I think, for certainly won't be pushing to 100 and 110 pitches. I think that just being mindful of his starts and how he's gone about it. He's been healthy, he's been in a good spot, and continuing to build that up to full go.
2 questions, if I may. What have you seen or heard about his work in the rehab starts that led you guys to believe that, okay, he's ready to return now? And I'll get to the second question after.
Yeah, just his health and the way that his velocity and his ability to hold that. He's been in a good spot health-wise, and his stuff has been playing up, and holding it for the start too has been big.
And what are the conversations like when you're having a pitcher return from Tommy John surgery? I know you had the other injury as well, but Tommy John is what it is.
Yeah, it's a long road, man. When you talk about starting pitcher that goes through it, it's tough, and I think the lat on the backside was really devastating for him, because he was feeling so good coming into spring training. Velo was up, he was throwing 95, 96, even the day he got hurt in spring training. The pitch it happened on, he let it rip a couple more after that, and it was still, velocity was up. I mean, the day that his last start of, would that have been 23, his velo he was still holding velo, and he had a torn UCL. So you're just talking about a guy that is a fierce competitor, has gone through a long road, pumped to have him back, and see him healthy and holding velo.
Seem a little different to us. Seem a little different to us in terms of usage, pitch shape, how he deploys everything, or has he added things? Does he look like a different guy?
No, I think it's going to be pretty similar to what he was before.
How much, I'm not sure how much this factors in the decision, but how much, when you look at it, a guy who's trying to come back and is trying to do so, maybe a sense of urgency, that he can go out there and have the strikeouts to walk ratio that he had in those rehab starts, that he wasn't walking many people, that he wasn't trying to overcompensate, or that he had good command.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Big thing, not just for him, but for all of our pitchers. Something that we harp on is, attacking the zone, and he did a really good job of that, which is, tough to, when you're, that's one thing that you really want to see, is that ability to command the baseball, and he showed a good job of that in his rehab starts that he talked about.
To borrow herbalism, there's a difference between losing a year and missing a year with an injury. Have you seen anything in conversations with him, or the rehab starts that suggest it's the latter?
I think that the maturity level that has come across and the development, it's hard when you go through that. And that we talked about that journey being down, a lot of time to think, a lot of doubts, a lot of anxiety, and he's worked through that. He's talked about something he learned was patience, and dealing with certain things, in going through the rehab. And I think that when you see the stuff that he has, how he goes about it, the intensity, the physicality that he's got out there on the mound, just a lot of good things to put together to go with the stuff. And I think that he's matured and learned through the journey as well.
Do you think he's at an age where he still has some upside?
I wouldn't, going through what he's gone through, coming over, the ups and downs in life and in baseball, I wouldn't put anything past him.
Is there a corresponding move for Ovi?
Yeah, we designated Genesis Cabrera for assignment to make room for him. So Ovi is on and Cabrera's off.
What impressed you about what Genesis has been able to do over the past month he's been with the team?
Yeah, he threw the ball well, and not knowing him, really knowing him from the other side, but not knowing him personally, just the teammate that he was, the way that he was willing to work, worked hard on a lot of different things, slider specifically with Oscar and the guys, and threw the ball well. Just tough move that we had to make to clear up a spot for Ovi. Thank you.